Hello, good evening, and welcome to Nighttales with a Royal Mic, Season 2, Episode 8, titled Around the World in 18 Days. It was that kind of dream that felt too real, a dream that scared you to death, but at the same time managed to pull you in, making you feel so alive, and then leave you questioning the line between what's possible and what's just fantasy, dreams or realities. Kwaku had always been a dreamer, probably because he had Joseph as an ancestor. However, nothing compared to that vision that particular night. In the dream, he saw himself traveling around the world in a way no one had ever done before. In 18 days, he went from one continent to the next, meeting strangers who became friends, overcoming dire odds, and experiencing the beauty of the world like never before. When he woke up later that morning, he couldn't shake off the feeling that it was more than just a dream. He felt an undeniable resolve to make it real. "Are you crazy?" his best friend Kwame asked when Kwaku shared his dream with him. "You can't travel around the world in less than 3 weeks, especially with no money, no plan." But Kwaku wasn't shaken. Something in his gut told him he just had to try. So he made a decision. He will take 18 days to travel to 10 countries no matter what. Every second was as relevant as breath. Kwaku's adventure began 3 days later in Accra, with nothing but a backpack, a heart full of ambition, some plantain chips for the belly, and whatever was left of the money he had stacked away. Day 1 was a real blur. The plane ride to Cairo was actually happening. The dream had finally begun. Each stop on his journey brought grave new challenges. Money was tight. He was lost in cities he couldn't understand their language, and at times, especially during his empty stomach episodes, he wondered if he was insane for chasing something this clearly impossible. However, each person he met along the way showed him the unexpected kindness of the world, from a street vendor in Marrakesh who gave him free food, to the young girl who gave him a new set of clothes, to the tour guide who made his time in Paris most fulfilling, to a noble lady in Edinburgh who offered him a place to rest as shiningly dark as he was. Kwaku began to see that the world could be full of little bits of magic if only one was open to it. On day 18, as Kwaku arrived in Tokyo, Japan, he realized he had one final lap of his journey to complete. He was deeply in thought. In the chaos of the city, as he rushed through the streets to catch the final train, he is knocked to the ground by a speeding cyclist, causing him to be wrapped in bruises, and his phone flying over into a ditch. Everything came to a stop. Lying in terrible pain in the middle of the road, Kwaku knew he had lost. His 18 days, so long a time at first, had but passed within a swift flash. However, what was truly remarkable was that he had experienced something more profound than just a race against time. He was going to spend a couple of weeks in the hospital and probably reminiscence if all of this was worth it. But you know what? It was. As he laid in the hospital bed, looking out the window, soaking in the cool breeze, Kwaku realized that the real journey wasn't the places he visited or the dream that sparked the adventure in the first place. It was about the people he met, the lessons he learned, and the growth he had undergone. His world had expanded, not through the countries he visited, but through the bonds he had formed and the knowledge he had acquired. You see, the world isn't so much about having time, but what we do with that time. It's about the monuments we create and the people we encounter along the way, the impact we make and the ones others make on us. Because sometimes the greatest adventures happen when you least expect and in places where you never imagined. Kwaku didn't just see the world, if that's what you're thinking. He saw himself, but in a whole new light. for one of the greatest ways to live is what you do with time. Thank you for listening to tonight's episode of Nighttales with a Royal Mic. Catch you on Season 2, Episode 9. Adios, goodbye, good night. See you next time. Bye-bye.